NERDSoul. Late ill kid at OneYoungsta, hold it down, give me that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. And what is up, my people? Before we even get started, you know what's up. Heroes versus aliens, man. Whoo! The 4-part crossover from the Greg Berlanti team at CW, including Supergirl, The Flash, Green Arrow, and the Legends of Tomorrow. Man, I'm just going to get right into it and say that this was dope. You don't even understand the time that we live in right now, where I'm able to see things I would have never ever thought, especially as a kid, that I ever see. Like, I know there's some kids that gotta be like 8 or 9 years old that are just going crazy over this stuff. Like, this is some top quality TV and content that we're just getting that is just so fun and so entertaining. Man, overall, I'd have to give this I have to say I give this a B plus overall, but let's go on and get into it, man. First up was Supergirl. We got an episode this week which started off slow, and it's part of the reason that I'm giving this a B plus. Because thinking of a crossover, I was expecting to get into it pretty early, and the Supergirl episode was kind of like just a regular Supergirl episode. There was really no crossing over to be had. Now, I did have fun with the episode because we got to see a lot of the relationship with your girl, just the situation between her sister and her sort of maybe girlfriend. I think it's okay. I just don't like the melodrama of her coming out. I would rather them just date or not date, or her date someone else, but just the whole melodrama of coming out and everything, it drags the story down for me. I'm gonna be honest. I'd just rather them date and just move on with their lives. Next up, you also get to see the baby girl Lex apparently is not down with the whole team. The family and her do not get along when it comes to the mistreatment of aliens. And I gotta give her a heads up and a plus for that, because I am happy she held it down for her girl Kara. And Kara, I gotta say, that's one Lex you can trust, even though I guess technically she's not a Lex. But anyway, next up, we're gonna be talking about The Flash. Now, The Flash, you got to see a small piece of at the end of Supergirl, where they kind of like popped in through the, I guess, space-time continuum using the vibe and the speed. And that's why I said Supergirl wasn't really a crossover, because we just got to see some small little almost time rips, and it really didn't get going. But in The Flash, boy, did it get going. Now, the things that dragged for me in The Flash were Cisco it's getting old, man. It's getting old. We understand you had a loss in your family and you feel like it's all the Flash's fault. But the bottom line is, even if Flash didn't change the timeline, your brother could have died from something different. Or it could have died from Reverse Flash changing, running around and stuff. Like, I can understand the anger, but it's getting old. It's either, crap or get off the pot. You know what I'm saying? It's like, either leave the team or, stay and suck it up and just make up with it. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like dude is like spinning his wheels and wasting time. Now, the dope stuff about the episode is you get to see Wally West getting that speed in, man. Like, it's dope to see him just like getting faster, getting better, feeling good about it, being upbeat. I think that's a little more what this season of The Flash needs. Also, we got to see all of the heroes finally come together. And I'll be honest, seeing them all together, it's dope. It was just so cool, man. Like, literally just the cool factor raised exponentially. Also, them choosing a leader, seeing how the Arrow interacted with Supergirl and stuff like that. It was just really cool. And I'd have to say that it really kicked off well. I feel like we should have gotten this type of kickoff with, of course, Supergirl. But we didn't get that. But Supergirl wasn't a bad episode. It was just that it wasn't really a crossover that I thought it was going to be. So anyway, next up, we got, that's right, the episode of Arrow. And I have got to say, I was happy, even though you know I hate Laurel. Everybody knows I hate Laurel. But Laurel was back to her like normal position where she was just like a normal, character. She wasn't a hero. She was just a friend, or I guess in this case, about to get married, a fiance of Oliver. But it was cool to see everybody back in this hyper hallucination that everybody was going through. It was really cool to see what everybody's fantasies were, or I guess semi-fantasies were. It was cool to see what John Diggle would have been like, what Ray Palmer would have been like. It was good to see the parents back, and big shout out to Mama Queen. I'm gonna be honest. Hashtag don't tell my wife. But back to the story, the joint was just straight on fire. It was cool to see the action sequence in the, I guess, like the garden or the backyard. It was just cool to see them kind of deal with the feelings that they had for the past or a life not lived. And it wasn't done in a melodramatic way. And I just thought it was really cool. It came together very well. And this might be one of the strongest episodes of Arrow in a while, a very long while, because the things that drag it down in this case, which for me is the new team, I'm resistant to the new team. I would have wished that this season I wish they paired it back to just Arrow, Felicity, and Diggle. I just can't get my head around that stupid helmet. But anyway, I love Dig, just the helmet, man. That helmet. Anyway, the episode was dope. We got some great action sequences. We got to see what everybody kind of wanted, which I think is like just incredible to see, like what the captain would have been like, what Oliver would have been like, what John Diggle would have been like, his brother would have been alive, all kinds of crazy mess. And I just thought it was real cool, man. And then also they end the episode with the breakout of the spaceship, which kind of looked like a updated version of Battlestar Galactica, and I was definitely down for it. So next up, and of course last but not least, the Legends of Tomorrow. This was the episode where we got into the thick of it, and we also wrapped it up beautifully. And this episode was strong. This might be one of my favorite episodes of Legends ever. Legends came strong, man. Mick was funny, Ray was on point, Sarah was killing it, and Firestorm was amazing. And your boy Stern, the professor. The professor and his relationship with his daughter that he kind of spurned from an interaction with his younger self was just real cool to see. In my opinion, they could have really blown those scenes, and they didn't. I think they held that down well. I thought it could have been extremely whack. And they didn't go too far. They gave everybody something to do, and I think that's something great about a crossover as a whole. So I had to say, man, amongst the action on the rooftop, the time traveling, realizing that, Cisco changed time as well, just, all the realizations that people had, and I think it really brought them all together as a better team, man. It was cool to see... It was cool to see Arrow deal with how he felt about aliens as a whole. And I think that was extremely cool and extremely timely, especially since they're starting to get into more and more metas. And even the possibility of like folding these worlds in on each other in a Crisis Infinite Earths or something like that. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited about just the future of this universe that Greg Berlanti and CW and Warner Brothers and DC or whoever has created. I think it's strong. It's getting a lot stronger. It just shows how strong they all are together. Especially with Supergirl, it's really cool to just see her upbeat and hopeful tone around like everyone else, especially like Mick. Mick, oh boy, calling her skirt. She could like break that dude in like 100 places. But Mick's attitude is just so cool. So man, I have to say, all in all, this was a dope crossover. I think you should definitely get on CW, the app or the site. And if you missed it, go check it out. It is definitely worth seeing. Man, just some. If you like comics, it's just entertaining, man. It really is. It's just entertaining. There's some lulls, like I said, but overall, man, I give this a B+. This was some solid television, and it was fun, great action sequences, some melodrama, but very, very little, man, compared to the stuff we got, the costuming, the effects, the ships, the aliens, the Dominators, just, man, this was on point. Now, I have to save this for the end. My favorite moment and the best moment of the whole crossover was in the Arrow episode. Or was it the Flash? I think it was the Arrow episode. There's this scene when Wild Dog goes and he tries to attack this lady who is a metahuman. Or no, she's not a meta, she's enhanced. And, you know, he's getting his butt whooped a little bit, but he's already told Flash and Supergirl to fall back because he's like, I'm human, I don't like y'all, you know, y'all just being around have made things worse. And to a certain degree, he kind of has a point. It's similar to what Vision said in the newest Civil War film, where it's like our presence invites challenge. So it's not like we're not making bad guys, but it's just like, you know, like with police, you know, there's criminals that have to challenge police. They got to get smarter. Or, you know, the FBI, and they got to get smarter than them. And it's like, well, when you have the Avengers or you have the Justice League or you have Supergirl or whatever, they have to get stronger. You know, they have to, you know, use more tactics or, you know, get sneakier or whatever the case may be, get bigger weapons or stronger weapons or take more people hostage. So he had a point, but he was getting his butt whooped. And Flash finally comes in and saves him. And the lady that they're fighting against, Flash knocks her down. And he's walking past Supergirl. And they're both kind of like tag teaming her. And he walks past Supergirl and they both give each other a high five. And it was just something about that moment where, like, geek, man, just geek, sweaty, sweet, nerd loving, that nerd soul, baby, was just perfect in that moment. I'm sorry, when they walked past each other, it was just like, I was done. I was like, this is it. This is the crossover. And man, this was dope. So anyway, you guys, I know y'all have seen it because you wouldn't be here if you didn't. So jump down in them comments below, holler at me, let me know what you think about it because it was amazing. I can't wait until next year, man. And the mid-season finale is next week for everybody, so it's about to get tight. But anyway, jump down in them comments, holler at me. But until then, and until I see you next time, check out ThatNERDSoul.com. Go there, check out all of my videos from the podcast days to the now current video crazy days. I'm doing stuff with AfterBuzz and everything. You might even see me, who knows where you're going to see me. Some event, LACC, SDCC, whatever. Then check out shop.thatnerdsoul.com and pick yourself up a t-shirt, player, or even a hat. Get that fitted and snapback, player. Then you can jump back here, like, comment, and subscribe, like I said, and don't forget to share this, man. Do not be stingy with that nerd soul, baby. Please. You're gonna hurt yourself. So, of course, until then, LA, what up? VA, what up? RVA, you got my heart. And always, people, be good to yourselves. Peace.